What if I told you that by adopting one habit and practicing it for 21 days, you can literally change your life from upside down? Hello guys, my name is Nazima, welcome back to my channel, and today, just like I promised in my last video, we are going to talk about how to make gratitude a part of your daily routine and how it can change your life for the better. First of all, I have to mention how I came to practicing gratitude every single day. Of course, it was through reading The Secret when I was in my early teenage years. I read this book called The Secret, I watched the movie, and basically I decided to adopt that practice and actually use it to make my life better, or let's say make me feel better about my life. Because honestly, let's always remember that when you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. And that's how I can describe what happened with my life when I started practicing gratitude every single day. So basically, the first thing that I did was every single morning and every single night when I went to bed, I would go ahead and start giving thanks in my mind for all the things that I used to take for granted, for all the things that I thought were normal for me to have, that I had to have all those things, like for example my health, like for example the rooftop over my head for my family, for the food I eat, or for the water I drink. I would go ahead and list every single thing in detail, like I am grateful even for that exact shoes that I have, or for that exact jacket that I have, and so on. Like I would go in details and I would actually feel the feeling of gratitude in my chest. And you know guys, at those times I was like feeling like my life and me in my life, everything was a blessing. Like every single thing is a blessing, and that's it. And this feeling is the warmest of all the feelings that I have ever felt in my entire life. That's when I knew that adopting this practice and actually making it a part of my daily routine was the best decision that I have ever made. I actually decided to adopt that habit because I was trying to manifest something huge into my life, and I would always read in books, like manifestation books, right, that whenever you are grateful for something, God will give you more, and God will know that you are in the state of abundance, that you are experiencing the emotions of abundance, and that's why you will manifest, you will attract even more abundance into your life. And so that's how God or the universe gives you your desire. But you know what? A lot of people get mistaken when they try to manifest something and then they try to actually make themselves feel grateful for everything they have in order to manifest that thing, because their reasons are not good, I guess. Because when you're forcing yourself to feel gratitude in order to get something, that's just lying to your own self. That will not help you a bit. Maybe I was starting that way too, but when I started giving thanks, when I started actually to practice gratitude, I realized that this feeling is the best one ever, and that's why I will just give thanks, because this feels good, because my life feels better, because everything starts to shift in my life. I even, in miraculous ways, guys, I'm telling you, like I literally want to tell you a story of how when I was 14 and I was basically at school and it was winter, I got this horrible sore in my throat and it was bad, and I knew that I was starting to become sick. And I really didn't want to become sick. I really wanted to feel healthy and energized every single day, and I just didn't want to get sick. And what I did was I sat down at class and I started, like, I closed my eyes and I started focusing on my throat, like actually visualizing like the insides of my throat, and I was like, God, I am so grateful for my healthy throat, for the way I feel this health. And I would just feel that gratitude as if my throat weren't hurting at all, weren't sore at all. And guys, you have no idea. I did that for like, I don't know how many minutes. I didn't count the minutes, but I sat there for like maybe 15 to 20 minutes, giving thanks for just that and just focusing my mind on health, on the fact that it's fine, that it's healthy, that I'm just feeling so great and that I'm so grateful for this. Like, I focused that I am so grateful to have this. And basically the class ended and I got out of the class with my friends, and I didn't even realize that the pain was gone. Like, I was like, wow, okay, it was gone for like a few minutes already, but the moment that I walked out of the class with my friends, I remembered that I had that sore throat, and after that gratitude practice, it was gone. It felt honestly like a miracle to me, because I've never experienced anything like that, because all the time before that I would always believe that if you have something in reality, then that's just how your reality goes. I didn't even imagine that I could actually, with my own mind, create a new reality for me, a new version of reality for me. And I was so astonished by that. And after that, I was like proved fact, like it was a proven fact for me that gratitude could change my life like big time. And I want to share with you this practice that go ahead and give thanks every single morning and evening for even the smallest things in your life that you take for granted. Please go ahead and do that. But most importantly, it is so much easier to do when you visualize. Like, this is my favorite practice. You just close your eyes and you start to, in your mind, visualize, like, for example, health in your body. Like, you're so healthy, and you can even put your hand on that part of your body and start telling yourself in your own, oh my God, I am so grateful for my healthy whatever, right? Or when you want to better your relationships with your family or your friends or your partner or with whoever, you can just go ahead and imagine in your mind that you have those relationships and give thanks and actually feel the feeling of gratitude, and do that for like 20 to 30 minutes, and trust me, you are going to feel like that is actually your reality. To those of you guys who find it pretty much difficult to give thanks and actually focus your mind on the things or people or events that you are grateful for in your life, I say play a guided meditation for gratitude that will actually help you focus your mind on one thing at a time, and your mind would not wander, and you would just keep your focus on your gratitude practice. That is also so helpful. And even if you started practicing gratitude and you're actually telling yourself in your mind that you are grateful for certain things, but you're still not feeling the feeling that you're really grateful for that thing, I say continue doing that every single day. Make effort to do that, to try again and again and again. I promise you, you will feel gratitude, especially when you imagine that you find yourself in a position when you don't have that thing. For example, imagine you don't have water for drinking every single day. I bet you would feel so much gratitude when you focus on water. Or imagine you don't have your clothes. Every single piece of cloth or every single piece of bag, anything you use in your everyday life, imagine you don't have that. Imagine not being able to walk. Imagine not being able to do things with your hands. Imagine not having everything you have right now. that is exactly how you will start feeling gratitude, because you have those things, because nothing is promised to you, but God actually made sure you have all those things. You have to be grateful to God that He gave you those things. So please just do anything in order to actually feel the feeling of gratitude. Whatever works out for you, it's actually different for every single person out there. And I promise you guys, I promise you from my own experience, that you will actually see your life change for the better in most unexpected ways. Miracles are going to happen for you. Your relationships are going to change. You're going to find yourself in super positive, good situations. You're going to find yourself meeting these positive people because you are already vibrating this positive emotion. So basically, you can start small. Please start small. Even if it's really hard for you, you can just make yourself name 5 to 10 things that you're grateful for every single morning. And then after that, you can start adding up, like list out even more 10 things that you're grateful for in the evening, or start journaling. Gratitude journaling is so powerful, and I actually filmed a whole video for that you can find on my channel. I will leave the link here or here, I don't know, but anyways, I will leave it and you can check it out. But start small, but start giving thanks, because after that you will never look back. Okay, another thing is, a lot of people ask me, what happens when I start giving thanks? What happens if I just, I don't know, probably didn't find time, or I don't feel like sitting down and giving thanks for everything that I have because I'm going through some tough times, and it's really not that easy for me to sit down and focus on gratitude right now because I just don't feel any, and it's really hard for me emotionally and so on. Like, what happens if I stop? Does it mean that all the blessings that I have been given up until this moment are going to be taken away from me? No, it doesn't mean that those things are going to be taken away from you, okay? It's okay if it's hard for you to feel the feeling of gratitude because you're going through some tough times. You are a human being, and it's actually so important for you to start treating yourself like that. So important for you to start treating yourself as understanding. Because honestly, I was going through that too, and I was so scared that those things, those blessings were going to be taken away from me if I didn't just right now started giving thanks and actually stop complaining and start giving thanks to God. But honestly, guys, I promise you that it is okay to take your time off, to actually take some rest if you are not feeling like yourself emotionally. You're allowed to experience every single emotion that you have, but always remember that emotions are temporary and they actually pass so fast. That's why when you are experiencing different emotions, just breathe deeply in and out and give yourself some time to rest. I promise you, when time passes, you will feel like yourself again, and you can start giving thanks all over again. And basically, I had those kind of days when I didn't give thanks, and I would just sit and complain, and I would feel like so upset about my life, and like nothing is working out for me, blah blah blah. I didn't have the mood to sit down and actually practice gratitude, or when I'm on my way to work or to school or to whatever, I didn't feel like that, and I gave myself permission to do so, though I was scared that those blessings were going to be taken away from me. But I promise you guys, like the next day after those kind of days, the next day I would wake up and I would be like, oh my God, I am so grateful to you that there is peace, that I can walk safely in my hometown, that I can like sleep safely, that everything is good, that my loved ones are near, that I am so healthy, that I can walk, that I can do everything that I want, that I have every single thing to actually live my life with comfort. And I would just wake up and I don't know, it's just a feeling that comes to me that way. And I would just give thanks, and I would remember myself from the last day, and I would be like, wow, why didn't I feel like giving thanks? What was wrong with me? But it's okay to have those kind of days, because at the end of the day, you will always come back and you will always give thanks. And trust me, I remember how when I was so obsessed with The Secret and I would watch the movie like every single day hundreds of times, and I would read the book every single day hundreds of times, I remember how the author would say that no matter how bad you feel, no matter if a lot of things are going wrong in your life, there is always something to be grateful for. There is always something to be grateful for. And I also remember how she said that even a little feeling of gratitude for the smallest thing can change your life. And of course, another thing that is so important to mention is that when you consciously practice gratitude and you make it a part of your routine, you are actually training your mind to focus on the good, to focus on all the blessings that you have. Just like I said before, that when I started practicing gratitude, I would feel like my whole life was a blessing in disguise, that I was a blessing in disguise. That feeling, as much as you focus and experience that feeling that your life is a blessing in disguise, you are actually training your mind, your subconscious mind, to constantly focus on the good, on the positive things. And guess what? When your mind focuses on the positive things, when your mind focuses on all the blessings in your life, you attract even more blessings. So that is to say, what are you going to do starting today? You are going to go to bed today, and when you do, you are going to start giving thanks for every single thing that you have in your life, without which you would not survive, without which you can't imagine yourself functioning in your life. And you're going to actually feel the feeling of gratitude. You're going to do anything that it takes for you to feel that, but you are going to feel that. And you're going to fall asleep with that feeling of gratitude for everything you have in your life, with your subconscious mind focusing on abundance. And then you're going to promise yourself that when you wake up the next day, the first thing that you're going to do is you're going to repeat that all over again. You don't have to bring up, you don't have to come up with new things to be grateful for. Just go ahead, choose those things that are so important for your life, that are so important for you, without which you cannot imagine yourself actually existing in this world, and repeat it every single day. But when you want to feel more gratitude, you will add new things into that list that you already use as your gratitude list. And basically how you can do that is by thanking the earth for the air, for plants, for flowers, for birds, for animals, for everything like that. Another thing that I want to share is when I was in the middle of manifestation, I was trying to manifest something into my life, and I would waver and I wouldn't have faith. It was so hard to believe that was possible. It was so hard to believe it was actually working out for me. And I was like, you're just wasting your time. You're just wasting your energy. This isn't going to work out. This is just it's not, okay? It's not. And my mind was telling me that, my conscious mind or subconscious mind was telling me that. And what I did, I stopped it. I shut it out. Literally, guys, I shut it out. I stopped myself mid-sentence, and I took a piece of paper, I took a pen, and I started writing down 100 things that I'm grateful for. And when I ran out of ideas that I could be grateful for, I started giving thanks for my deodorant, because there is always something to be grateful for. I say this in every single one of my videos. I say this when I talk about every single topic, every single question somebody asks me. I always say that you are one decision away from a completely new life. You are one decision away from a completely new chapter in your life. And honestly, it concerns every single thing in your life. Like, for example, how do I start being grateful and practicing gratitude in my life? How can I change my life just by practicing gratitude? You know how? By actually deciding consciously that you are from now on going to start practicing gratitude. You are going to practice gratitude every single day. That's how you are going to change your life. How do I start loving myself? Guess what? By deciding that you are not going to ever settle for anything less than what you deserve. By just deciding that from now on you will start loving yourself and you're going to put yourself first and you're not going to let other people walk all over you. That's how. How do I manifest a completely new life for myself? Or how do I create a completely new version of myself? Because the old version of me I don't like her anymore. She doesn't do me justice. Guess how? Just by deciding that you are going to change your life, that you are, no matter what, no matter how hard it is, no matter how hard, you are going to do everything that it takes to change your life for the better. Because only you can do that. Nobody else can do that for you. Nobody will come and save you. Nobody can come into your life and start giving thanks for everything that you have. So it is completely up to you if you are going to adopt all the habits that are going to change your life. It is completely up to you how to act, how to behave, how to perform in your life. And the final thing that I'm going to say today is, guys, of course you can use gratitude. Okay, you have to use gratitude to manifest completely new big things into your life, exciting things, great things, things that you have never imagined would happen to you. Of course you can, and you will do that. Go ahead and write down every single one of your dreams as if it has already happened and you are just giving thanks for that, as if you're already living that dream life and you are just giving thanks for that. Go ahead and feel the feeling of gratitude as if you have that, because at the end of the day, the most important thing for you is to actually experience the emotion of having your desire, right? So go ahead and do that right now. Because you can control your emotions. You can control your emotions by using visualization technique, by telling your mind, okay, look, I am so grateful that I have this super cool BMW car. I don't have it in my reality, no, I don't have it, but I just told my mind that I have it, okay? I just told my mind, I said thank you, so that I actually have that thing in my life, and my mind starts to believe that. My mind starts to believe that it's actually my reality, and that's why I'm giving thanks for that thing, because otherwise I wouldn't. And basically my subconscious mind, as much as I repeat to that, it will start believing that that's actually my reality, and things will start shifting for me. Give thanks for everything you have and for everything you want to have, and tell me your subconscious mind doesn't believe that you have all those things. Anyways, I thank you guys for watching this video. I hope it was helpful for you, and I will see you in my next one. Bye bye.